So, Kevin, to kick this one to you, what was your overall take from the Pro Bowl this past weekend?
I mean, overall, like the side games sometimes are fun, like dodgeball, the foot race, all the little things like the incredible catch thing. Like I like the side games. Don't get me wrong. Those are always fun and fan favorites to see different positional players doing different things. I don't ever mind all-star festivities. Those are always interesting. But when you get into the actual game and it's basically a flag football game with pads, to me, it is an absolute waste of time. I don't care if the Pro Bowl is in Vegas, if it's in Orlando, if it's in Hawaii, if it's in Germany on ice. Like, if you're literally going to be two hand touching people, it gives me less incentive to watch it. Now, I'm not going to be inconsiderate and say that the players' healths are not important and that obviously, they're working super hard all year round to try to keep themselves in peak physical condition. And there's no reason to injure themselves for a leisurely game for fun. But what I'm looking at it as, if the NFL is looking for this to be entertaining, if the NFL is looking for this to remain highly viewed and highly watched, like it used to be, or at least it was more back when we were kids, like Kyle said. But you're gonna sit here and tell me that people want to watch like what does that do? Like you have the best players arguably in the NFL assimilated together or assimilated, right? That's the word. Am I crazy?
Assembled. Assembled.
Assembled. There you go. A comic book fan. I can't even think of the Avengers. Stupid. That's how tired I am. Um, you have them all together in one place, and they're not even playing competitively. They're not playing for entertainment. They're just playing to say, you know what, I'm here. They're just participating for the incentive check or whatever it is that they get for being in the Pro Bowl. But it's not fun. Like there's literally so much of a reason as to why viewing has just plummeted over the last decade. It's I just don't find it to be a good use of my time. But there's not really many ways you can alter it. I genuinely think it should just be flagged. Why put on equipment if you're not going to use it? Why put all this effort into setting up this game and making it, AFC versus NFC, and doing a whole weekend and practice for what? I'm not touching you. I'm not hitting you. I don't want to get hurt. So why is this even played? I don't understand it. I genuinely don't find it to be fun anymore, and there's not really much else I can say. It's just a massive waste of the NFL's money and a massive waste of anybody who watches its time.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the Pro Bowl has become a complete waste of time. And really, like, this version of what the Pro Bowl has become is an absolute joke. Now, I remember back when I was early on, then, you know, 10, 11, 12 years old, where guys would actually hit back in the Pro Bowl. Now, granted, they weren't probably playing at 100% speed. They didn't need to. But at least back then, the players that took the field, they at least understood somewhat of the competitive nature of the game, featuring some of the best players from each conference in the AFC and the NFC. And I think everybody vividly remembers the Sean Taylor hit, where he absolutely blew up a punter from the Buffalo Bills back in like 2005 or 2006. I forget the year specifically. Like, but it's like plays like that that made the Pro Bowl kind of interesting because you never knew what you could get. You could get a big hit, or you could get a huge catch, or you could get something that's worthwhile, just as long as both teams were playing as like a spirit of the game, like it was competitive in nature. This though, with this two-hand touch nonsense, it's a waste of time. Like I understand, making a Pro Bowl, doing all the festivities with some of the best players from around each conference and around the NFL. That's all fine and well. Like I don't mind that throughout the week. But it's like if the end result is going to be a game where there's not really that much physical contact in the game anymore for the Pro Bowl. When you take that element out of the Pro Bowl, to me, what's the point of even watching it? I'm really kind of struggling to actually find one because at this point, it really should just be flag football, like you mentioned. Either that or you just put pennies on the guys. And then as soon as somebody gets close to an opposing player, then they just blow the whistle and then just mark the ball where the players got close without even contacting each other. I understand the health perspective of it, but to me, I could kind of care less about what they think about that. It's just because if you're going to host a game where you have some of the best players from each conference playing against each other, make it fun. This is not fun. It's a waste of time. And basically, at this point, it's really nothing but a meme. Because for someone like me to not even watch it and then just to find stuff on Twitter about it, like little highlights here and there, that's what it's become. It literally has become a meme. And I imagine, NFL players that played in the Pro Bowl 15, 20 years ago are probably just rolling their eyes seeing what this has become because it's soft, Kevin. The Pro Bowl has become soft. And unless they do anything to change it, I think they should just get rid of it. It's a waste of everybody's time. Just send everybody home after you do the little festivities because if it's going to be this, it's not even worth it. This has just become soft and it's an absolute joke.